Welcome back to another episode of Who Am I to Judge podcast. I'm Alexis.
And I'm Samantha.
Hello.
Welcome back. Yo,
Welcome.
yo.
How are you doing?
I'm good. I'm just chilling, getting through the weekend, you know. I saw Soleil yesterday. We went to Allen's Pond with Joopy, so that was nice.
That's so sweet.
A cute little walking buoy. Joopy's a DC dog, so
yes,
we don't go to Bowie that much. I was about to take him to the dog park, but there was just a lot of dogs in there, and and
you didn't feel like dealing with it.
I didn't feel like dealing with it. And like, he doesn't like to be on the little side. Like, he would be focusing on the big dogs on the other side because there was only like one other dog on the little side. So. Anyways, so that was good. Saw my sister as usual. And yeah, just chilling, just waking up.
Mello, stop. Sorry, I didn't mean to say that.
Where's Mello?
She just like ran to the door because she heard someone like opening up the like building door, and I'm like, girl, stop. You know that's not Julia. Anyway, I'm here alone. I'm here with me, Mello, Tonks, and Emmy, because we were supposed to take Emmy out. Like, her parents are gone this week. They're in Curacao, and so they were like, can you take her out in the middle of the day? They have like a 23-year-old like actress staying, so she's like during the day she's like going to auditions, practicing, things like that. So they were like, she's not here at all during the day, so can you take her out in the middle of the day? So I'm like, yeah, she can come over and chill because she loves being here. So I'm watching them, and I'm just tired. I wanted to talk about this. So yesterday Julia? She went to watch the Liberty game with a friend. Okay. Because they're playing today, so I think
I've been watching some games.
Yay! So they went to like a Liberty, like they're playing like at like a women's sports bar, so they're having fun. But okay, so yesterday was our block party, and let me say it was fantastic. Like, there was like probably, I say like 5 different jump houses for kids. Aww. There was like face painting station. There was a mechanical bull. There was.
I know. I saw the mechanical bull.
There was like
Did
2.
You get on it?
No, I didn't get on it.
Alexis.
There was 2. I just was wearing a caftan. I wasn't prepared for it.
Get up.
There was 2 grill stations with like jerk chicken, ribs, grilled chicken, macaroni and cheese, rice, french fries. They had a popcorn and snow cone station. We shut down like the whole block. Me and Julia bought cones and put them there in caution tape, and like they had a DJ. Yeah, because everybody contributed from the the block. We have a block group chat, so like this is how it all got organized. And we had a DJ, and it was fantastic. And I was literally outside from 10 to 8 p.m. Like, it ended at 8 p.m. I invited Courtney. Courtney brought her work friend brought another friend. It was really fun, and it just had me thinking like, so like I was talking to people in the building, and I had talked to this one woman who lives in our building who we're really cool with. Like, we'll watch after her place if she's gone or something. She's she's a husband and a younger daughter, and I was just kind of like, how long have y'all been living here? Because I feel like we don't talk about their past. And she was like, oh, we were living in like Florida for like 10 years, but then we like decided to come here because she got a job at the New York Times. And I was just like really touched by this. Like, their kid's probably like 3 or 4 now, and they had moved when their kid was 1. And I was like, oh, do you think y'all will stay? Like, you have this kid now, you're raising a family. She was like, yeah. I mean, he was like, I was talking to the husband. He was like, yeah. I mean, I just can't, like, just thinking about this, like the block party and just like all the things she gets to experience, I can't think of a better place to raise a child at this point. And this is like everything we would have wanted for her growing up. Like, and then Courtney had mentioned when she was here, like when she was like at the block party, like your block, because Courtney lives like what 3 or 4 blocks away from me, and she was like, your block is so diverse. And I was like, I know, like racially it is diverse. Like there's, I would say predominantly Black, but there's like white, Asian, Indian. And then she was like, no, I also like economically diverse too. And I was like, yeah, like, I mean, there's homeowners, there's people that own condos, there's renters. And then it made me think like, I don't know, like growing up, like every Friday I went to my grandmother's house in DC growing up, and all my cousins would be there. And it was like, there was something about that block she lived on that was like, I feel like when people that like that like scholars write about community, and like that's what I always imagined. Like it was like intergenerational, people would look after each other's kids, like there was block parties, there was like, you know, there was truly a sense of like, I got you, it takes a village. And I was like, this is when, so all these things were colliding. Like Courtney was saying that to me. I was talking to the husband. I was like, yes, like this block is that. Like, you know, when I think about community, this is that. Like I'm watching Emmy. Emmy lives across the street, you know? And so I was just like, it's so sad that people give New York such a bad rep when it comes to just like like family, like raising a family, because I just truly can't imagine any better scenario. Like your kid gets to hear a bunch of languages, eat a bunch of food, see a bunch of ages, economically diverse, different races, all just by walking down a block. This is before you get like up to the subway. This is for all those things. They have so many interesting schools here. And it's just like, it is a fantastic place to raise a family. Like I can't imagine more of what I would want for like a kid. And it's so sad because I feel like when you talk to New York, people that don't live in New York, or just people in general, they're like, I would never leave. Well, you know, I would live there, but I would never raise a family there. I would have to move, you know, once I wanted a kid. And it's just so misinformed because I was just like, this is like, I can't imagine a better upbringing. I'm kind of like, you know, my neighbor's husband, like, well, he's my neighbor too, but like just being like, yeah, like what else? We can't imagine better. So yeah, we're here.
Yeah. I mean, I definitely think it's just what people, I think it's just preferences, you know, like, and I still haven't experienced the New York where, I don't know, something about like just like having like my stroller out on like the dirty like streets of New York. It's like sometimes funny. I just feel, I know I'm going to be very scared about germs and shit, like when I have like first have like a newborn and stuff. Again, I always say that like I would like to live at a certain I would like to have a certain amount of money to live in New York so that I can feel like I don't have to get on the subway to take my baby to a doctor's appointment, like, you know, like that. Those are
so you can Uber, yes.
Yeah, so like have like a car, or like whatever. Like those are things that I do get, you know. So I think it's just preference, but I do think it gets a bad rap, and I think that people just don't. They just, if you don't get it, you don't get it, you know?
I agree. And I just think about, like, I feel like those little things like that. It's like Akila, it's interesting, my sister, like Akila still has those same fears in Hyattsville. Like, you know, she's like, I know, you know, all these people having the baby or going out. It's easier to act like it's different, but it's funny because what I'm saying is it's funny because I think the same mindset is held in the suburbs, but there's just a different, maybe,
I guess,
orientation to it.
Spaced out. I don't know. It just feels like you can isolate more. And, you know, like have a little bit more space. Like just having like, you know, like having space for Mello to run in the backyard and stuff. Like those are uniquely, I mean, some, you know, obviously some people have backyards in Brooklyn and stuff. But yeah, I think it's just preference. Like, and I do think that like I would like to have something about apartment living is just too, I don't like being so like at other people's you know, like if they're having a fight, I'm hearing it. Or like if they make a fire, I'm like, you know, subject to that type of stuff. Like, you know, dumb people, and I'm like subject to like their bullshit. So I feel like that's like I think, again, I'll just say like,
I think it's just mindset, because I mean, you know me, my neighbors in Maryland, I hear any time, like they're so annoying. Like, you know, like they are blasting Drake all fucking night, and it's like so annoying. But I guess it's just mindset, because I still feel like there are people that would be like, but it's, you know, different, you know? So I don't know, I just think it's mindset.
I mean, it depends. Like, I'm like, I don't have, like, you know, my parents don't necessarily have that issue at our house. But I think it just depends on where you are and like what you value and like, you know. And I don't think it's a bad thing either
No.
way. I think definitely kids that grow up in New York, they are, you know, they experience a lot more early on. They're very independent. And yeah, I think it like makes like a well-rounded kid, and
I feel like maybe it's like, I agree. I feel like you're right. There's no like right or wrong. I feel like I was kind of like radicalized, like working at that after school at that bougie Brooklyn school last year, because I was like, wow, like I'm seeing like, I don't know how do I say this, kids whose families are multi-millionaires and they are okay with their kid, like the middle school, there was like a sign sheet where it was like the parents who have like consented to their kid, like at the end of the day they can, or after school they can like dismiss themselves and go to the subway. And it's like multi-millionaire kids of all races, and their parents are like, yeah, they'll take, like, at 5:30 release them and they'll go on the subway and they're fine, like, and it's like there's no like thought of danger for them. There's no thought of like,
I will say
dirtiness.
New York feels like safer. Like when we, like me and Danielle, when we were there for the Beyonce concert, we were just like, wow, like it's like 2 a.m. and there's like women walking around and like, like we didn't feel like weird like I would feel in DC. You know what I'm saying? Like,
absolutely.
And this is a city too.
I would have felt like that in Austin too. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, like walking my dog late at night, like I have to like be looking around and blah blah blah.
Absolutely.
So, like, New York doesn't feel like that.
It feels safer.
It just feels like people are awake and gonna hear you or something.
And I guess maybe that's their thought, where it's like it's rush hour. It's like if somebody grabs my kid in the subway, there's 50 other people around when he screams, like in the cart, So maybe that's it. But it just was like, I don't know. I feel like that experience allowed me to be like, oh, I mean, it's obvious, but millions of people do this every day. People that like, would be the most caring of all people, you would assume, are still like, no, I love raising my kid here, and but they obviously have a different experience in the sense that they probably have the resources that make them. There are some people that truly live a suburban life in the city,
right.
And
that's what I would need.
But then I feel like
just to have a kid, like at my, like, my age with my dog and just me. But if I was like wanting to raise a family, I did really value the space that I had,
I don't feel like I cared about the space because we didn't use it. Like, we had a basement, but I rarely went down there. And I feel like we had a backyard and I use it now with Mello than I did as a child. So I feel like for me, space is like an illusion in the sense that like people want it, but like we never used it. We just wanted it, but you never used it. I mean, but there are people that use it. Yeah, it just depends. There's people that use it. Like we use our deck a lot, but we do not use the backyard unless I'm out there with Mello.
Yeah. I mean, we've always had a dog, so I feel like we've just been outside. We definitely did use the space, I feel like, and I do think it's different, like, living in Hyattsville versus like living in where I live. That's true. It's like,
that's true.
Lake Arbor was right across the street, and like, it's just a little bit different, but.
You were more in like a gated community type vibes. I feel like Hyattsville,
but I didn't have a gate.
But you know what I mean? Like in that area of Bowie, that is like the what it looks like. There's gated communities. I mean, obviously some aren't gated, but like. But there's more than just Woodmore. Like there's Perrywood has one. It's like gated. Veronica's has like a gate. It's not like, it's like gated around the neighborhood, but I feel like it's not gated to get in, if that makes sense. But there's like a gate around the neighborhood, if that makes sense. Like you can just turn in.
It is a neighborhood. Like, like it is like, like it's like Fox Lake.
Right. It's not like a one-off street. You just turn on and now there's streets. And I feel like what I'm saying is, which is, I mean, that's not bad, but I'm just saying like I do feel like closer to DC it's more of like you turn streets, it's more streets, and so maybe that's why. But also again, my neighbors have always been annoying. Like growing up, they've always been blasting something out of their car.
And I don't know if you guys have like a we have like not strict but like strict HOA, like if somebody was to people
Playing
not
their
in music. Yeah,
so
somebody be playing their music like that, they would be getting like a complaint. Like, you know, it's
nobody
like,
complains in our neighborhood, and that's the problem. I know my mom always says that. It's like we don't have a neighborhood full of anyone that would complain. We just all would complain in the
right.
house, but not formally.
Mhm.
And so people get away with like blasting Drake from their car. Like, I mean, I told you the people across the street. Her father was so drunk he totaled his car into the tree across the street from our house, and like the people had to come up and like clean the street up. I mean, it's like they're nuisances in this neighborhood, but no one cares. Formally, no one cares. But yeah, regardless, it was just one of those times though, where I was just kind of like, wow, this is like beautiful. This is exactly what I want a kid to like. And like, it was funny because one girl came and she was like, this is a core memory for kids right now. And I was like, you're right. Like, they're in a jump bouncy house from 10 a.m. to 8 p.m., just running around, getting free food, getting cotton candy, getting all. And I was just like, yeah, you're absolutely right.
Absolutely. Yes. And childhood is great. I miss it.
We can move on though. So
yes, let's get to the thing.
Let's talk about trial. Who's on trial? Oh, let's get to it. Sorry. Who's on trial?
I want to bring Miss American Eagle herself, Sydney Sweeney, up on trial. This kind of came out like right when the podcast aired last week, so we didn't get a chance to talk about it. But Sydney Sweeney recently has been in the new Face of American Eagle ads, and they put out like a couple.
The slogan campaign for this was Sydney Sweeney has good genes.
Good genes, yes. And like they, within the two ads, like they're pointing out like genes can, you know, create your personality and your eye color. And
yes, that was a really good job.
Genes are passed down from parents to offspring, often determining traits like hair color, personality, and even eye color. My genes are blue.
Sydney Sweeney has very genes.
Eye color. She talked about her body frame, her body composition, her hair. But basically, you know, if you don't know who Sydney Sweeney is, because you really might. Yes. She's blue-haired, blonde-eyed, like, you know, classic American Pie, you know,
we found
racist
out about her
woman
from Euphoria. That's like was our first
breakout role, I would say.
And I would say, like, from there, I feel like I thought she was just like, you know, a cool young. Like, I would think she was more progressive than she is.
Yeah, but like, she is conservative. Yeah.
We started to find out that, like, you know, her family was conservative. She went to like a birthday party and they were wearing MAGA hats and
I feel like that is like the cherry on the top. But I feel like the message of the campaign was like, you know, this is a blue-haired, blonde-eyed, blonde-haired, like, you know, skinny frame, but like has big boobs, white girl. And there's the whole campaign is Sydney Sweeney has good genes, but obviously they're meaning it as like GENES.
Yes. And they had that spelled out, and then they had to take it down.
So a lot of people, you know, obviously was met with a lot of criticism, yeah, because people were like, it's clearly pushing this narrative of like white people have good better genes. And I also think this is on the heels of like and I was like, I also feel like this is it's like, it's not just the Sydney Sweeney ad, but it's also just like growing up as a person who like was a middle schooler and would walk past American Eagle and like Hollister. To me, it was very clear they were like advertising and wanting white people. So I feel like this is also a store historically that has been very much like white facing. We like want, like, you know, the mannequins they use, from like the people, the models they use, the type of clothes, it's very much for white people, and it's like this weird classic like look. And I feel like, so then with that context in mind, putting Sydney Sweeney, who is a conservative, blue, you know, as everything I just said about her characteristics on this campaign with about talking about genes, it just pushes, it's very much like a white race is the more superior race type of message. People are thinking eugenics as well, but people are just thinking it's a very much like, yes, it's very much like a white, what is it yeah, white propaganda. No, not alt-right, but yeah, I mean, I guess you could say that, but what's the word? It's like, it's very just like white superior race. I don't know.
Yes, it is a eugenics, you know, Nazi.
Well, did you see her response?
What was her response? I think I did. But...
She had like a video where she was crying and just like, you have to like think of.
No.
But she was like, but her whole message in her video was like, I'm receiving negative comments about this ad and you have to think about how I feel. Like, you know, it was very much, it wasn't like, I'm sorry. It wasn't like I made a bad judgment or like you got, or even though even this is a bad take, but even if she was like, this wasn't the message, this is what we thought we were going to get, you know, like, give over to y'all. But instead she was crying and just being like, I'm looking at my comments and I know people are telling me to not read the comments, but I'm a person too. And I'm getting hate. And that's when I was like, she's absolutely tone deaf. She's absolutely a Karen. She's a victim, white woman, and all those things.
I mean, it's not crazy because, you know, she is a white woman. Like, you know, like she is.
But she would think she would have like a PR team who would tell her like, don't post that video.
You would think that she just, like, I don't know. I feel like obviously you can be racist as like a Gen Zer or whatever.
Yeah.
Because, you know, we're hearing that they're creating their own communities like in the mountains with only white people. I don't know if you've heard about that, but anyways, I just felt like Euphoria seems like a progressive show in some ways, or like they just seem like they are, I don't know. I don't even fucking know.
I feel like you have to think about it as like she's an actress. It's a job.
Yeah, she's an
actress.
Like
she could be in the most progressive thing. She's getting her check.
Yes,
like, you know, that means nothing.
For sure. I just would think that, you know, you're exposed to people that would change your mind, you know?
I mean, one thing that like always shocks me is like there are people in the WNBA who are like conservative, and I'm always like, that's so shocking because it's like they're in a mostly black league, so their colleagues are mostly black, mostly gay, and they probably know these people personally and like, you know, hang out with them and all those things. And then also they're in a women's sports league, like title, like it's like these are people who would want like every right and justice for a woman and athletes, and it's like they're conservative, so it's like it just doesn't matter. You know?
It doesn't matter. And it's crazy that she was crying because
like she was the victim when she was like what would you say, catalyst for a bad message.
Absolutely. She is like, it is still on her page like Sydney Sweeney has good genes, and
that's
it's just
crazy.
Like,
she's probably obligated to keep it on there.
And it's also just like, you walked right into that. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you walked right into it.
It's like that video that
people
you
being
commented
like,
on.
no, the fuck you aren't. No, the fuck you don't. Like, you know, it's just like, I mean,
I found that video and it's funny because I looked at the comments and I saw you commented on it. But it was like, these are all the people it had to pass to get, like, that were okay with the message until it got to TV. Yes. And it's like, including Sydney herself. Like, they had to, like, you know, pitch it to her. And she and her team had to think this was a good decision,
like,
you know?
Okay, yes. Yes. And that is what is just mind-boggling to me when these ads, like this ad and like the Balenciaga ad that came out, like just being in advertising and seeing how we would dissect a sentence for weeks. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, we would have different versions and then we would present it to the client. They would say what they liked and what they didn't like, and then we're changing things up until we're shooting it. And it's just like, yeah, this had to get approved. This had to get legal approval. This had to get, you know, approval from the company, American Eagle.
Wait,
like,
did you?
The ad agency.
So as you're talking, I was scrolling through my Instagram just for a second, and the first thing that came up was this, and it says, Sydney Sweeney's 2024 registration as a Republican goes viral amid controversy.
Oh my God. Yeah, her 2024.
2024. So this is the Kamala verse. What's his name? Trump.
Let's not forget she was on the Bezos boat going to his wedding. Like, she's clear. But it's like, girl, like, don't get ahead of yourself. Like, you are not the
this is my
household
thing.
name.
This is my thing. Like, there's obviously fame for for both. So it's like she's, for people, the liberal people that are hating her, there's obviously another side that's loving her. But then secondly, I'm like, it's funny because I told Julia, because I found out about her on when I used to watch Big Love, like in early 2000s. No, that was another girl. I'm sorry. She wasn't in that. She was in, before she made Euphoria, she was in Handmaid's Tale as like a young wife. And I didn't know her name. I just recognized her face. But I say that to say, from then on, I've never thought her face card was valid. Like, I thought that, like, she was just a white girl with, like I said, those characteristics people value: blue hair, blonde eyes. She was skinny and she had big boobs. But if we really just look at her, her face as like symmetry wise, like, is she traditionally attractive? For me, it never hit. And so I was even saying that to Julia, where I was like, out of all of the conservatives to pick, it's interesting that they chose her, or even just blue-eyed, blonde-haired girls. It's obvious. It's strange that they picked her out of anyone, because I think Blake Lively's a pretty girl, but I don't think she's like the prettiest girl on earth. But I think she's prettier than Sydney Sweeney. Y'all could have had her. Like, there's so many other people. I was like, wow, like, people really think that she's extremely beautiful. I don't see it at all. And that's just my opinion. I'm not trying to hate on the girl. It's just my opinion.
I mean, she's given us the license to really look at her face. Like, it's like, let's really see what we're talking about. If you're talking about you have good genes, like, people are like, and it's just like, I thought she was I thought she was all right, in the show. Like, it was obvious that she was like insecure on Euphoria. Obviously she's playing a role. Yeah. But it was just like, I was looking at Alexa Demi, okay? I was not looking at her. But yeah, it's just, I'm just looking at her page now, and it's just like, it must actually suck to kind of be that basic. And I'm not trying to be like rude, but like, you are just like a white girl with blonde hair, blue eyes, and big boobs. And that's like what most people value.
Yeah, it's just like, if we're really talking face cards, it declines. And I'm not trying to be mean. You might think my face card declines. That's fine. But it's just like, I'm like, for me, if I'm like looking at like just the face symmetry, if is it clicking, it's not like you're the baddest. It's not. You're not. Yeah. So it's weird that like, one, we can talk about your genes. Let's go there, because I'm sure if I pulled up your grandma's and everybody else, it wouldn't go there. It wouldn't hit. But it wouldn't give. But then also like, y'all couldn't find another blonde-haired, blue-eyed person. I was gonna say bitch, but no, person that
I don't think they would. I don't know if they would want to be like, I don't know. Maybe
they said no.
Maybe they said no. But yeah, it's just like, they definitely up with that one. And
her team, someone should get fired, because now this is a PR nightmare. Obviously there's the people on the right that are really loving this, but it's like, that is a niche. Like, you don't want that to be your only fan base. And also there's going to be brands that don't want to associate with you. So it's just like, you need to now figure out how to move from this.
And my last thing I want to say is about American Eagle, and like how they are, kind of like putting their foot in the sand, or whatever you say. But they have like these partner companies like Aerie, who is supposed to be very diverse, and body type and everything. It's like a completely different shift, I guess. But I just am like, I'm over it. Like, yeah, that commercial was not cute. It was not cute. It was not giving like the voice and stuff. Like, it's like giving trying to be cute, and it's just like, for who?
And that's another thing. Her vocal fry is awful. I mean, let me stop. I'm not trying to be mean, but it's just like,
it's the truth.
It's a bad campaign. Y'all could have found a better blonde hair, blue eye. And
like, let's not talk about jeans. Like,
right. And let's not talk about jeans, because if I pulled up my grandmother, I'm sure yours wouldn't hold a candle to mine. No. Like, let's be clear. Like, my grandma
aren't blue eyes like a recessive gene? Like,
yes, they are. So it wasn't even dominant. Like, these
you're about to burn in the sun. You can't even go outside.
Let's see you without sunscreen, because I look different.
Go, I don't know, anywhere. Okay, and stand outside, like, you can't do it. So yeah, I'm like, let's not go there. Like, if you don't you said it, so I'm just responding and giving my opinion.
But I now want to know what American Eagle does, because now, like, I don't know if you saw, like, Gap and Old Navy have, like, tweeted with, like, pictures of people on their jeans being like, our jeans are better and stuff. And so I wonder if American Eagle's going to try to reshoot it and have, like, I can see them being like, this was a part of an inclusive campaign. She was just the first one. Now we're going to have a Mexican person say the ad. We're going to have a black person say this. We're going to have, like, you know, and then have an Asian person. It's like, no, it was going to be everyone has good jeans at the end of the day.
Right. But that's what they should have said. They should have said everybody has great jeans. Like, you know,
yeah, that should have been part of it. Not Sydney Sweeney.
Sydney Sweeney has good jeans. Yeah. She has blue eyes.
And just, I'm like, I would like to know if her teeth are for real. I would like to know if you have any type of fillers in your face, because all of those things would point to your jeans are bad. So, like, if she's not 100% natural in any way, shape, or form, yeah, you're
It's either that or they're going to double down on their...
If then the only way they can get out of this is to shoot more people that are different races and, like, at the end be like, everyone has good genes.
I think we're going to see, like, the time period that we're in, I think we're seeing people that, you know, or companies that have these values take a stand on them and be like, you know, standing on them because they feel that is where society is going. And like you said, there is a market. You know, there's white people that are running to American Eagle now because of this. The last thing I wanted to say was about, I mentioned how, like, there's Gen Zers and millennials that, have you heard about their, like, return to the land, quote unquote?
Return to land.
The land. It's return to the land. It's like they're basically making societies that are only for white people, like, and only surrounded by white people. And so
I haven't heard this. I need to look at it. Look it up on TikTok.
You should, because they're just like we should be able to create this, and it's just like, go ahead, like, go up to the mountains. Why is it called
to the land?
Return to the land, right? Yeah. It's just like, actually, maybe you should probably go back to Europe. Like, if we're really going to be talking about. That's what's always just so infuriating. It's just like,
I just don't understand.
This is all based on lies. Like, what land?
Yeah, that's what I want to know. What land? And just, I'm like, okay, like, we don't care. Like, I don't know.
Right, stay away from us, honestly. But they were just like, just let us know where it is so we can avoid that. Anyways, let's move on.
Yes, we wanted to talk about there was something good you want. Oh my god, it just came to me and then I missed it. You had it.
We can talk about Karrueche.
Oh yeah,
Deion Sanders.
So yeah, I found Deion Sanders had bladder cancer, so they did some surgery with his bladder.
They removed it.
Oh, how does he use the bathroom now? Does he have a catheter?
Probably with something like that, like a bag.
So they removed his bladder, and so they, like, it was, we care about Deion Sanders. This is a NFL legend, also now a really good NFL college football coach. Mm-hmm. And so, we care about him. And then they show a picture or video of, like, him in the hospital bedside, and there goes Karrueche herself. Karrueche herself. And for those y'all don't know who Karrueche is, she's Chris Brown's, I hate to say it like that, but she's Chris Brown's ex. Like, she's an actress as well, but she's better known as Chris Brown's ex. This is the one who has a restraining order against the man. And she was also the girlfriend at the time who he was, like, cheating and going back to Rihanna with and all that. But she at this point is like 30 something. And Deion Sanders is, let's look that up. Yeah, we want an exact age for his ass.
So Karrueche's 37 and Deion he's 57.
You said, and she's 36, you said?
37.
So they live 20 years apart. Exactly. Okay, so yeah, so I immediately, everybody on the internet went crazy because they were like, "What the fuck is Karrueche on his bedside?
Why is she in the hospital like crying about like, if we're gonna remove the full bladder?"
Exactly.
Like, that's what, like, she's, you know, holding his hand as he goes into
I mean,
surgery.
she's looking like a partner. She's looking like
she's looking like a wife.
She's looking like a wife. So people are like, and so I immediately was just like,
we were dealing with bladder cancer, and he is having his bladder removed, and they will create a new bladder with one of his intestines. And this option was, I guess, the best because it fully removes the cancer to ensure that it doesn't come back, because it was close to his muscle. So yeah, we are here to fully remove the bladder.
these nasty ass old men. I'm sorry. It immediately just took me back to Shannon Sharp. It's like, you have no business with a 37-year-old fucking woman. It's disgusting. 20 years? You were 20 when she was born. It is disgusting. It is disgusting. When she finally was of age at 18, you were almost 40. It is disgusting. And it's just like, I don't know what it is. If it's ego, if it's like, and this is funny because I got my hair retied on Thursday, and I was watching 4 seasons on Netflix because I hadn't watched it yet. And there is that couple where he's with the 30-year-old, and I literally, it's hilarious. And I literally said to Julia the other day, I'm like, do you think is this like a real thing that like older men just like discard their wives when they're too old and just want to go for a 30-year-old woman? And she was like, yeah. And she was like, and I was like, what is this coming from? Because it's so predatory. There's nothing else to me that can be said that's good of it. Like, well, we really make each other better, or we whatever. It's like, this is predatory behavior. You're going after somebody 20 years younger than you. There's nothing to me that can be shown that this is okay, especially when the person's 30 and the other person's almost 60. And so I don't know, like, what were your thoughts? I was immediately like, he's so disgusting. I immediately was just like turned off.
I felt like, well, at first I was like, who is she to him? Like, I was like, is this like his
your niece? Right.
Yeah, like,
please.
That's where my head went first. And then I'm like, are they dating? Like, what? And honestly, I'm like looking at Karrueche like.
That's funny, you're looking at Karrueche. I'm looking at him. His nasty ass.
I mean, yes. I just don't have any, like, I don't know. The bar is in hell for, oh, sorry. I just remembered something. Sorry. I just wanted to say, like, even Sydney Sweeney's role in White Lotus, you know, like, it seemed like, I don't know, she tried to be more woke than that. Anyways, but again, she's an actor. Anyways, sorry, that was an ADHD moment. Back to this. I feel like I was just like, Karrueche, like, why do you want these problems with this old man? Like, why do you could be with anybody and you're not his wife, you're not, you know, whatever, and you are over here crying at his bedside about his, you know, bladder cancer, and people on the internet, I didn't even know that, like, he didn't have, like, he's like diabetic and like lost like a couple of his toes and stuff. Like, he is an older man, you know. And so it's just like, I'm just like, what is she getting out of this? You know, I think, yeah, like, I feel like I couldn't see past, like, as charming as maybe he is or whatever, it's like,
he's still an old man.
it's like you're dealing with really old people, like, you know, not really old people.
This man just lost his bladder.
Yeah,
You're not with the man with the catheter. Like, this is a
Yes.
senior citizen. Like,
right. And it's like you're gonna have to like deal with that. You know, like this is not a like, will his dick work the same? Like, you know, like, does it work? Like, I don't know. But I just feel like that's why I was just like, girl, like this is like this. I hope you're getting a good check from this.
I think,
or
I mean,
there's a, like, I don't
that
know.
has to be the only benefit. Like, I think, like, for a woman in this situation, the benefit must be that, like, you must feel like the prize. Like, they must, like, always, like, you know, give you money and make sure you look cute and fly you out and buy you, you know, pay your bills, and you're just stacking money and you just feel like the prize. That has to be it, because there's no world where he is more attractive, and I hate to say it, he's more attractive than any 30-something-year-old man who has a bladder. So it's just like, and I'm not trying to be rude when I say that, but I'm just saying, like,
I mean, 30 something. I
like,
get the okay.
He's
like
57. He's
I
damn near
know.
60 in 3 years. Like, he's closer to 60 than 50. Like, this is.
Mm-hmm.
I don't see the, like, sexual, like, attraction. I don't. There will always be a 30-something-year-old that's finer and
I know,
that
but
has a bladder.
when you're talking about men, it's different. Like, it is dating a 30-year-old something man versus dating a man in his 40s or whatever. Like, it's different maturity.
But we're not
levels.
talking about a man in his 40s.
I know, but like for Karrueche, she's almost 40. So it's like, okay, she's dating a man in her 40s, 50s. You're not dealing with, just listen.
You trying to stretch, girl. Go ahead.
I'm just saying, like, it's just like I get why she might not be dealing with 30-year, like, you know, people in their 30s, because men in their 30s are still on some bullshit. Like, honestly, sadly, like, this generation, like, 30-year-old men are still out here, you know, not settling down and on some bullshit and playing games. And so I'm just like, what is the strategy here, Karrueche? Like, do you just I'm not gonna hate on a woman strategizing out here with these men, because it's kind of like a losing game, like, or at least it feels like that. Dealing with men is just like having your, like, Prince Charming, whatever, like, that is probably not gonna happen. So yeah, but I do feel like Tracy Edmonds, who was Deion Sanders' ex-fiance, they were like close. They've had like pictures like hugged up and stuff.
I mean, to me, I'm
she's
just like
58.
I'm just
my
like,
God, that would
I'm
be
sorry.
That
I don't
would
care.
Be really fucked
like
up,
we can
Alexis.
talk like in general and stuff, but it's like at the end of the day, there are 37, 8, 9, 30, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, all the way up to 57 that are mature and that have money and that are finer than Deion Sanders. So it's just like, she's making a choice to be with someone. I'm not even talking about that. I said maturity. I cannot imagine that there's not a 40-year-old out there that's for her. 41, 42, all the way up to 57, even 50, all the way up to 57. So this is a direct choice to be with Deion Sanders. But to me, I'm not interested in saying anything about Karrueche, because at the end of the day, she's the person with the least power in this situation. The one with the most money and the older, like, who is older, is him. He should do better and know better. It is disgusting to be with someone 20 years younger than you. It makes, and he's not, which makes me even think, is he mature enough to be, like, is he mature? Like, you know,
that's why he's with a younger person, because obviously.
So what's attractive to her? Like, you're talking about maturity. What's attractive about an immature 57-year-old? To me, that would be even more unattractive.
I know, but it's just levels to it. Like, I agree, Alexis. Like, I'm not saying that I think it's like, you know, it's weird. I also think it's very weird that she was like hugged up with his ex-fiance. Like, I'm sorry, like, I don't know why I am looking at Karrueche weird. I just feel like she was friends with his ex-fiance. His ex-fiance is 58. That's kind of wild. Like, that's not really being a girl's girl. But I do think I just don't expect anything from men. I think that he's a man with money. He's going to continuously date whoever he can, like, as we can see.
Just a predator. Just a
and he just
predatory
has
behavior.
a type, obviously, like these girls that look a little ambiguous and and my thing is too, it's just like having the kids being like almost, you know, closer to her age and stuff, like that's always weird to me.
How is that not enough to lose respect for your father? Like, I feel like if my father divorced my mother and he showed up to something with somebody closer to my age than like a 37-year-old woman, it would make me lose respect for my father. There wouldn't be any time where I'm like, oh yeah, he bags bitches. Da, da, da. It would be like,
oh, that's what it is.
It would be like this is embarrassing.
I mean, that's what it is. Like, it's bad. It's like, oh, he still gets bitches, you know, and
that's immaturity itself too.
And they're, you know, like when dad is being like a good dad and whatever and has money and is spoiling you, just like whatever, dad's gonna do what he wants to do, you know, like I don't know. I don't know about losing respect. I don't think that is what's happening over there.
Yeah, I agree. It's not.
But I don't know. I honestly am looking at Karrueche. I'm just like, why do you want these old people problems?
We get it. It's the money. I'm looking at him because you're nasty.
Even for the money, I just think that's like, I don't know. And it's just like, are you getting the money? Like, you're not his wife.
I can't imagine.
These are wifey problems.
I can't imagine she's not getting some type of money.
Okay, but
because he understands
enough to be giving your life, like, you know, giving your young age, like, to be at his bedside.
I hope it's enough. We hope that she's smart, and we hope that she's tricking him, basically.
I think that's my thing. I feel like I am seeing some of the insecurity, like, and that was what Dominique was saying. She was just like, I think it was Dominique. They were just like, or maybe it wasn't. She was just saying like how she hasn't grown, you know, like she was with Chris Brown in this like tumultuous relationship that didn't bode well for her self-esteem, and it's just like, this is giving that.
Why is that giving that?
I mean, I just think the fact that she was friends with his ex-fiance and now you're in a video crying about this man, and it's just like, is he your like what is he to you? You know, is this your boyfriend?
You know she's fucking this man. Like, let's be fucking real. Like, this is not her uncle, because I love my uncles, but I probably I do. I love my uncles. I grew up with them. But it's like their kids would probably be at the hospital crying by their bedside after a surgery. Not me. I would probably see them once they got to the house and, you know, go and check in. So I'm saying, like, her behavior is not giving niece. Her behavior is giving girlfriend, partner, whatever you want to call it.
Like, what is
and I just don't trust these fucking men either, that even if he was her niece, that he, like, in a play way, you know, not officially by blood, that he wouldn't be trying to fuck her anyway. Like, I think about like this, there was like an interview. Angel Reese has like a podcast, and she had brought Shaquille O'Neal on her podcast because that's her favorite player, but also she signed to Reebok, and he's like a part owner of Reebok, and she's also a part of his, like, she signed him in some way. So this is kind of like her, you know, this is like a mentor, but also like an employer of some way. And he was like, are you going to wear they were having a good interview, and then he was like, yeah, like, I love when you, like, saying something like, I love when you wear those like short shorts when you play, like, it's nice. And I'm like, and it's like, this is someone that she looks at as like a mentor, uncle, you know, thing. I don't trust, like, I said that to say, I don't trust any of these old ass men to be acceptable, healthy, appropriate around beautiful young women. So I said this to say, even if he's like, that's my play niece, I'm sure he still be trying to fuck her. This is all my opinion. This is allegedly.
I don't think he's playing.
And so I'm saying she was there as somebody he's fucking. And so it's just like, I hope she's being smart about this and getting her fucking money. Because you're right. At 37, you would hope that somebody's not wasting their time with a 57-year-old who, you know, you might have to be their caretaker. But then secondly, and I'm not trying to be mean about like being with somebody who you have to be a caretaker, but I'm saying it's clear there's a 20 age difference. There's more going on here than just love. You know what I'm saying? And it just doesn't seem right. But smart. It doesn't seem smart.
It doesn't seem like the smartest person. Like it does seem like she might be just like, I really love him. And
I hope not. Like, I hope not.
Like it kind of is giving that.
I hope not.
And I just am like,
I hope not.
He has 3 kids. Like he has other
he has 3 kids. He has 2 ex-wives, right? He has 2 ex-wives, right?
He has 1 ex-wife and an ex-fiance.
Okay, so he has an ex-fiance and an ex-wife. He has 3 kids. He has all his little play kids that he does college basketball with, because Travis was not his kid, but he damn near was having Travis over his house every day, giving him money, giving him shoes, you know, all those things. So I said to say he's a lot going on. Yeah. And now he has a lot of people this health
to take
issue
care of monetarily.
Right. And now he has this health issue.
I'm like, Karrueche, you're not going to be first on the list to get.
And you're right. It's giving insecure, but to me, I'm just more so concerned about a man being so disgusting. But yes,
but we talk about that every week.
But yeah, it's giving insecure. Because men are disappointing every fucking week. Last week it was the $50 million fucking settlement. It was Shannon Sharp. These NFL old ass men are nasty.
That is just not a shock to me.
But I hope that, Karrueche, gets her money. That's what I hope. It's like, if you're gonna be with her again, get your money.
Because this is.
And maybe she is, and
this isn't a good look.
It's not, and that's why I'm like, I'm trusting the people around her. Like, you're getting money, right? You're getting what all your bills paid plus an extra check. You're getting,
I don't know,
shares in his little businesses he has. Like, get yours.
I don't know about that.
Get yours, bitch. Because
I don't know about that. Sadly,
he probably. I can't imagine she's the only girl too. So.
Yeah. I also need to look at I need to watch like Deion Sanders like documentaries and stuff, like to maybe try to see what she's seeing in him, because I'm just not seeing it. I feel like I am not as hard as like an age thing as you are, like when it comes to like I'm not like, this is like disgusting. Like I do think like when you really break it down, it is like gross. Like she was literally born when you were 20 out here as a full adult. As adults though, like dating and meeting, if you're meeting at an older age or whatever,
I think that's blurred when you're like 45 and up. It's like, okay, a 45 and a 65, or even a 50-year-old and a 70-year-old, fine. But 30 to me is still in that age where it's like we still look young. So it's like you're clearly going after us because we look young. You're not going after us because like a 50-year-old going with a 70-year-old is not going with a 50-year-old because they're young. They're going with them because
I guess I can see a relationship, a friendship or something.
A friendship, yes.
Somebody that is that like older than that. And it's like, okay, we're not related.
So would you be with a 57-year-old right now? Well, you're not. Let me put the age down a little bit down, because she's 30. She's not. We're not as old as her.
We talked about this already.
Okay, so then Karrueche. Why are you looking at Karrueche crazy?
I know, but it's just. I just feel like Karrueche is. She seems.
You just got a problem with Karrueche. It sounds like.
No, I don't. I don't have a problem with Karrueche. I like Karrueche. I just am like, I want better for her. I want her to like not look, in these streets, like, I don't know, it's just, I'm not judging her because of the age. I just feel like she is a seemingly successful, woman, and she has I think she has a lot of like opportunity in front of her. I don't know if she needs him. You know what I'm saying? Like monetarily, but I don't know. Maybe she does. Like I don't know her financial situation.
We'll see. We'll see. But I think it's interesting. But we'll see. I think
it is interesting.
It's just one of those things you have to just shake your head and be like, okay.
And then just for that to be the launch of their relationship by his bedside table.
That's a really good point.
That is not a good look. Okay, like
that's a really good point.
That's all
why
I'm
are you
saying.
doing that?
Yeah, why are you doing this to yourself, girl?
Even if I'm with them, even if this is my man,
right? That's
why are
not
you
my
at the
hard
hospital?
launch. And
why
that's not my hard launch.
Right?
That is not the hard launch. Yeah, and why? Like, I mean,
like you're acting like you're more important than the child. Like, get over there, make room for all the other people. Like,
I mean, she is just acting like she is his wife, and it's just like, are you about to marry this man? Like,
she might.
Hey, if she does, then
that's
that
what I'm
would
saying.
be
The check must be nice.
Then that would make a little bit more sense. But maybe she's just like trying to show that she's down. She's a ride or die. Anyways, anything else we wanted to talk about today?
No, that was fun today. Y'all, please like, subscribe, comment to our pod on IG, YouTube, TikTok. Follow us on all those things.
Share with your friends.
Share with your friends. Donate to our Cashapp as well.
Buy some merch.
Buy some merch. All of those things. Summertime, so it's almost the end of summer. That's sad, but it's time. You're in good spirits to shop in those things. Also, this weekend's my first unemployed weekend, which was very freeing. I will say. I mean, I'm gonna be back on the grind on Monday, but I'm free from the shackles of that job. But yeah, so
we can get into them next week.
We can get into the details of that, baby.
Okay, guys. Well, we love you. Support our self-funded Black woman-owned podcast, and we will see you guys next week.
Bye.
Thank you so much for listening. Remember to email us your discussion topics at whoamitojudgepod@gmail.com. Also, remember to subscribe to Who Am I to Judge podcast on Spotify and everywhere you get your podcast. If you love us, please rate us and review. And if you don't, leave us alone. Tell a friend to tell a friend. See y'all next week. Bye, friends.